They need, where the sticks are marked, they need about a foot for a first down and about 3 for a touchdown.
Wow, I think
They're going to measure here.
Boy, how about that, huh? Well, that was...
They should be a little bit short if the chains are the right length.
Well, no, it looks like it. Yeah, just got it to him. So first with about 4 yards to go out there, Ken.
So a first down at the 3 for Hand with 4:26 left first quarter.
Boy,
They score yet, and Hand has the first good opportunity here.
Nose tackle down there for East Haven is a sophomore, and he looks like a Sherman tank down there. It's 5'7", 230-pound sophomore. He's going to stuff that center pretty much.
Dan Anderson is a fullback. He leads the play, and Daryl Noble takes it near the goal line.
Awful close.
They're going to be short. Takes it to the 1.
They did a nice job of just mentioning the young man at nose guard, and they moved him out nicely, kept him away from the play.
Dan Anderson led the blocking, and Daryl Noble was right on his hip pocket. Took it to the 1. Second down and goal at the 1. Dan Carroll and fullback, and Ryan Milligan going straight behind the center. No signal yet.
No signal yet. I can't imagine it wasn't. Well, no, they know where it is.
They're not going to give him a score on that.
Ooh.
They're going to mark it about a half an inch short of a
Man, I'll
touchdown.
tell you, that was a nice stand right there by East Haven.
Ryan Milligan just barely out of the end zone.
Eric Becker comes out, and they put in Dan Anderson. They're going to...
Dan Carroll's the fullback. Daryl Noble is the tailback. Anderson's on the wing to the right. If they swing to the right, which they're going to do.
Yeah.
There's the blocking. And Daryl Noble walks it in.
Touchdown, Daniel Hand.
Nice.
Anderson and Matt Mesa sealed off that right side, and Daryl Noble took it in untouched.
Very, very significant blocking on that particular play. You know, there wasn't a lot of territory down there, so those 11 defenders have a lot less room that they have to defend back there, so a little bit harder for the blockers off the offense. Did a great job.
Jimmy Willis in to try the conversion. Ryan Milligan the holder, and Matt Mesa the snapper. Good snap, good placement. Willis hits it up long, and good. And leads 7-0.
Jimmy W. There he goes. Well, it was a stutter-stop type of first period, and there's still 3 minutes left in it. Man gets on the board. We love to see that. Some real good contributions. I can't say enough about, you know, when you've had to change your personnel after four games, going to particularly a significant position like center out there, Ken. You know, to be able to see Chad come in there and, you know, he's a tailor, so he really put on the new clothes very, very well, I think.
We spotted on that play, a touchdown run, that Dan Anderson came out in the slot right.
Yep.
And he was in that position to do a blocking job on the corner, which he cleaned out.
He did a nice job. As we all remember, he got quite a wake-up a couple of weeks ago when he got blindsided on a block, and he knows what it's like to be hit. Now he wants to hit back.
Jim Willis will kick off for Hand back to East Haven. And I see Daryl Noble is in on the coverage there. And Dan Carroll is right to the left of Willis, and he's in on a lot of the tackles of run back. Long line drive, and it bounces. And roll to the 2-yard line where it's finally picked up and run to the right side, and he's cut down short of the 15. We were just talking about Dan Anderson. He got down there in good shape. Now, you know, Dan's another kid that does play lacrosse as well. So as lacrosse, he's got to be pretty fleet of foot, and he showed it right there, too. Andy Elting, number 68, was in on that kick coverage.
Jimmy Willis did a nice job of staying back and being a safety protection back here.
The man man running that back wanted to let it roll into the end zone, but it didn't quite make it. It stopped at the 2. This time, East Haven puts a man clear to the sideline over
A
here.
little more razzle-dazzle, maybe?
And they're running to the right side, and there's nothing there. That play is stuffed, like an option play. Number 30 there, Dan Anderson's in on a tackle.
You know, sending a man way off on the flank like that only takes one man with him. Doesn't really spread the defense out very much. I don't know if, I've seen that call before, but I always wonder about it.
And here they're going to do it again. They're bringing a man clear to the sideline.
Now they have a
cover him as Glenn.
The flanker on the other side, too, this time, which they didn't have last time. Option for the...
And option quarterback keeps, and he's not going to get much. He's penned in by Carroll, and who is it that's wearing 50 tonight? That's McConnell.
And we have Mac the Knife in there. Mac the Knife's coming in off that injury of a couple weeks ago and looking good.
So on 2 run plays, they're negative 1 yard. This has a good chance of being a pass play.
Quarterback kept the ball that time, but his pitchman really was open with a blocker in front of him. That's really the call he should have made. Didn't do it. The pitchman actually was outside of the hand offense, so...
They cut it back. That was a holding call against East Haven, but the hand is going to refuse it because it was a loss on the play.
Well, it will bring up a
3rd and long. They would like to see East Haven use up their down deep in their own territory.
Yeah, now this again would be a passing situation. It's 3rd and long, showing some flankers here.
We got a man split each side of the field. This time, quarterback looking to throw. Now he's going to go up the middle, and there's a big hole in the middle. And finally tackled by Dan Carroll, but that's enough for a 1st down. And that center was wide open for the quarterback to come through.
Very interesting to watch that happen because they had enough people coming out in pass patterns that it did. It opened it wide open. The quarterback spotted that and said, hey, I'm going. And he did it.
1st down for East Haven at the 29. We have a minute and a half left in the 1st quarter, and is leading 7-0. This time East Haven has 2 receivers to the right. Quarterback rolling right, and the pitch. He is tackled by Carroll. Just barely gets rid of it. The pitchman gains maybe a yard, and that's it.
Well,
that was dangerous because Dan Carroll was making the tackle just as the quarterback unloaded it.
He did. That was nice.
A split second sooner, and Carroll would have caused a fumble.
That's right. Danny really knifed his way through that pretty well. What absolutely happened as well, of course, is again kind of stringing out Ann's defense, so there was enough room to make a little bit of effort out there in the man taking a pitch.
Tight formation for East Haven. They're going to run right up the middle and gain maybe 1.
Rogers takes the ball up the middle for East Haven for a short gain. We're about 3rd down.
Cross buck up the middle, gain about a yard, and the clock is running. We're down to 20 seconds.
Special K in on that particular tackle.
If they hurry, they can get off one more play in the 1st quarter. 3rd and 8.
Pretty big fullback they have. Number 35 is 220.
10 seconds, so they should be able to get it off if the quarterback hurries up.
He does.
He gets it off with 2 seconds left in the quarter.
He's looking now. He's going to take it himself again.
The quarterback's going to run, and Ryan Connolly went for the ball, and the quarterback bounced off of him, but that'll bring up 4th and long, which runs out the 1st quarter with Ham leading 7-0.
Tackled by Smiling Tigers. This is a 1st down and 5 for East Haven at their own 35. Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? We would like to remind everyone of a very important upcoming event. There will be a public blood tissue taking drive on Monday, October 6th.
Down play for East Haven, punt formation. Bob Duggan and Greg Walby are back to receive for hand. 4th and 5. And the quarterback gets it off. It's a relatively short kick, and Duggan's not going to field it. It's bouncing about the 40.
Ooh.
At the 41-yard line as we begin the second quarter.
Now that ball was semi-hidden from a couple of the hand men coming back on that protection, and if that had bounced back and hit him, it would have been a live ball again. So they've got to watch out for that.
Frank, this game, I like what I've seen so far. The turnovers are in Hand's favor for the first quarter. They got 2 interceptions, and they gave it back 1.
Yeah, it shouldn't have, but I'm really happy with the way the men are playing with those changes in the line.
Pitch this time to the left. Daryl Noble. He's cut down. No gain. Maybe lost a yard.
Yeah, that showed up with absolutely nothing.
Around the near sideline. He couldn't get that by that last tackler. No gain.
Andy Dan just came out.
Carroll and Noble in the backfield. Second. Left side. The delay to Noble. And Noble is cut down right near the line of scrimmage. Not much there either.
Right now, there's a little bit of trouble kind of clicking on those blocks here on the left side. They're going to get that down. And maybe really the opposing players are figuring out the scheme pretty well. So
3rd and 10 for Hand. 10.5 minutes left before the half. Milligan almost loses it. Now he throws long, and there's the Duggan. Duggan is incomplete, in and out of his hands on the near sideline. Bob Duggan almost had the completion near the 30.
I can hear Bobby G.D. right now. Golly gee darn it.
He was looking for the end zone before he put that one away.
That looked like a basketball fast break right there.
They may come back to that play because Duggan was open. Now, however, will bring up 4th down for Hand, punt formation.
You know, that's one of those 2-speed type plays where you go down at 1 speed so that the man covering you is right with you, and then you open it up in overdrive with the ball already in the air.
Mike Hominick back to punt, and the return man is up close. Hominick can kick it over his head, and he will.
Beauty.
Way over his head.
Beauty.
And it's kicked down, and it's going to roll.
Gonna die.
Dead down at about
Yes.
the 2.
Oh.
Mike Hominick puts it clear down to the 2-yard line.
Tim Sullivan got down there. Did a great job of killing it.
Ball was at the 41, and he kicked it to the 2.
Michael Hominick.
Tim Sullivan really did a nice job on that.
Down at the 2-yard line.
What we want to see there is what Hominick
That
is
was
doing.
about a 58-yard kick by my count there.
I'll tell you, I think you're close on that. Now, his longest on the year so far has been 44, but you see his technique is excellent.
That not only was a fine kick, but he saw the same thing that we saw. The return man was up too close. Mike, even with a relatively poor kick, could have kicked it over his head. He kicked it way over his head. Quarterback back in the end zone, looking to throw long.
He's dropping it.
And out of bounds, incomplete pass, overthrown on the near sideline.
Boy, that shows you a little bit how football has changed. Years ago, you never see anybody, particularly at the high school level, passing out of their own end zone. But again,
Bob Duggan had the coverage there, and the ball was thrown out of bounds. No chance to catch it.
It was a little bit of a fake out on Hand, but I would think that those down linemen, they'd be really hungry to try to get in there and get a safety. This is the kind of thing defensemen like to have an opportunity for a safety. Let's see what they do.
East Haven has man in motion this time. And they're going to run to the right side, and he's hit it about the 2. And I see a number 30 there, Anderson.
But let me tell you, that was Mac the Knife.
Mac Dolan was in on that tackle.
The Knife saw that play coming right at him. He slid off his blocker, got down on his knees, and took the running back right on. Now, that running back is not a tiny Tim. He's a 225-pound fullback back there, and
no gain. 3rd and 10 at the 2.
Should be a passing play.
He's looking left.
He's going to try
to run. Now he's going to throw.
Wide open.
Wide open. And a first down clear up to the 30.
Now, that was too bad because Hand really kind of, I think they got anxious to go after the quarterback back there, forgetting that somebody was sliding out behind them.
The quarterback could not get out of the end zone. He had black shirts all in front of him, but the receiver got behind the coverage. First down for East Haven, and that's a big play.
Call that a little bit of a concentration thing there, because again, you start to get anxious to see if you're going to get the quarterback in the end zone. It's too bad. Got him out of trouble.
We're down to 9 minutes left before the half, and that was a big play, because if they had held that one, it was a fourth down play, and nothing there. Duggan in on the play, Mesa.
Meccano. Nick going in there again.
Meccano looked like the first man to make the hit.
Yeah, he got in there and did a takedown, his old wrestling technique.
2nd and 10 for East Haven, but they did get out of the deep hole, and they would have had to punt from clearing the back of the end zone.
That's always
hand stopped that last play.
Always dangerous doing that, plus you give up awful good field position.
Quarterback looking to throw, rolling right.
Needs to get some pressure on him.
Chased.
They've got some on him.
He's chased and out of bounds. Out of bounds about the 30. Right near the line of scrimmage, 80 yard.
Just about on that line of scrimmage. Maybe a little bit on it.
They gave him to the 31.
Nate Fisher almost had him back there, Kent.
Is that who was chasing him?
Yeah, Nate Fisher gave the pressure on him, make him get out of the pocket. Quarterback's pretty heady, though, when he does lose the pocket and starts to have to roll out.
Again, another 3rd and long situation. The last time, way down at the goal line, they were not able to stop it. They had 3 receivers to the left side. Now a man motion back to the right.
And do a running play. Nope, they are going to.
Looking to throw.
Need to get some pressure on him.
A screen pass. Now the quarterback has been pressured.
Going long.
Incomplete pass, almost intercepted.
Danny Glenn was in position to take that ball down a little bit over his head. Kept position on the receiver, though, so he couldn't get it.
Glenn and Sullivan and Duggan and Eric Becker dropping back. There were 4 of them right around that pass.
Almost a tip
that
throw.
could have been intercepted. Quarterback had to unload. Now they will kick. Duggan on the near side, Greg Walby on the far side. We have 7:53 left before the half. 4th and 9 play, punt formation. And kick this time, fair catch by Duggan right at the 40.
Good play by Bobby. He had good field position. It was coming in. It was a low kick. So it was good pursuit. So he took the better part of valor. Take field position. Don't risk anything. Now, here we go with my favorite hand offensive cheer down there.
68, Andy Elting is playing quite a bit tonight at left guard. Left tackle is Myro Kishwala. He's moved over to the other side. An option play, Daryl Noble pinned in on this side. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Ryan Milligan pitched it out to Daryl Noble, but this is the short side of the field, no place to go.
That pitch just got out there in time.
On the right side of the offensive line are Matt Mason and Ryan Connolly. Dan Anderson in the slot right. And run right up the middle to the 45 by Carroll.
Kind of tough going down there right now, Kent. I said it's kind of tough going down there right at the moment.
3rd down and 6 for him.
I say we're going to have a Milligan option out here to try to see where he wants to go with it.
They got Duggan's foot to the right.
I think he'll probably roll a little bit right, too. Let's see. Going to crash it. No, ball was down. They had a miss snap there. And
East Haven is signaling that they got the ball. Let's see. They're not going to give it to East Haven. And retains possession, but that'll bring up 4th and long. Recovered by Dan Carroll. Mike Hominick back to kick, and this time the return man drops a little deeper.
Yeah, he is a lot deeper, isn't he, out there? Okay, got a good
snap. And Hominick, another beautiful kick. Again, over the head of the receiver. And it's going to roll down near the goal line. It's going to roll dead.
Right.
Oh, they signaled and went into the end zone. It almost rolled dead on the one.
Yeah. I mean, almost rolled dead on the 1-inch line is what you're saying. I don't know, you know, the player almost seemed like he knocked it in. I think the ball was down.
20-yard line, first and 10.
Boy, what technique.
That was also about 58 yards.
It's going to improve his
He doesn't
record.
get all that yardage because they have to bring it back up to the 20. Almost rolled dead at the 1.
Yeah, they'll net those yards out for him, but he's still going to come up with an okay average on that.
Mike Hominick has gotten off 2 beautiful punts.
I said, Lions.
5:43 left in the half. Ball at the 20. Run right up the middle and nothing there. Stuffed right at the line of scrimmage.
I was going to say that we're due to the...
Brian Connolly underneath of that tackle and Dan Carroll over the top.
That's it. It just got right through the line of scrimmage. So nice hold on the guys.
Number 50, Nick Riccano, calling the defensive signals. He and Dan Anderson are the inside linebackers. Tight formation for East Haven. And another run right up the middle and hit in the backfield. Hit in the backfield by a whole host of tacklers.
Yeah, they were able to get him in his forward progress.
They
Was well
lost about
back.
3 on that one.
We like this direction.
That's a timeout for East Haven, their second one used in the first half. 4:53 left on the clock. Okay. After East Haven's second timeout, brings up 3rd and 13. Quarterback straight back, looking to throw.
Oh, nice.
Going to the left.
Protection.
He's coming back to the right.
You're
and he's
wide
gonna
open.
run. And waiting for him is Mac the Knife, and they take him out of bounds at about the 25. Well
Nice
short
job.
of a first down.
Nice job. Stayed at home. Didn't over pursue at all.
Mac Nolan was waiting for the quarterback to come to this side, so he had no place to go.
You know what I also saw was Mac look over at the first down marker and make sure he was inside that. So as he went and pursued him, he knew that he didn't have the ball giving him an opportunity for a first down.
4th and 5, punt formation for East Haven. It's a low snap, and the low kick hit on the ground. It'll roll up across midfield at about the 47, roll dead. And with the ball back with 4:32 left before the half.
Well, nice defensive series right there, Ken.
7-yard line. Where they'll take over first and 10.
Hit somebody on the helmet, getting it out of there.
Well, it was a low snap, and there was plenty of time for the kicker to get the ball off, but he kind of rushed himself once it was down on the ground.
Anderson coming back this way, and he lays a vicious block on somebody. Ryan Milligan around the corner, good run, out of bounds on the far side, near 10 yards.
Nice job. He had some good blocking in front of him.
They're going to give it to him right near the first down mark.
Matter of fact, the Noble one got out there in good shape, and he did a pretty good block. It wasn't one of those crushing type blocks, but what he did is change the momentum of the man pursuing Milligan and able to help Milligan get around the corner. Nice job by Daryl. You don't have to crush and knock the guy on the ground. You just have to get him out of the play, and that's what he did.
Dan Anderson started out wide and came back in and laid a vicious block on somebody in the middle there.
And he loves it.
That was a first down for hand, and Daryl Noble takes it forward for about 2 or 3.
A grab by the ankle right at the end, and wasn't able to go any further, but it all helps.
2-yard gain by Daryl Noble.
The Noble one got hammered so badly last week. I'm trying very hard, and I know he's after some more positive yardage this week. Still has a good average, though, according to Ken Conlon's stats from the Shoreline Times, which is
4. 2 receivers to the left here.
Daryl Noble, 4 yards average so far this
Milligan
season.
rolling left. Now he's looking to throw. There's a man wide open. Willoughby. Greg Walby takes it to the 15.
Nice.
Complete pass, Ryan Milligan to Greg Walby. Hit him right in stride. And there wasn't a defensive man within 5 or 6 yards of him.
Well, the quarterback, the man Glenn, was actually out there playing safety, and he had to come over a long ways and pursue that, and he did. He's swift of foot out there, so he was able to do the good close, but nonetheless.
3:15 before the half, and Hand is down to the 15-yard line. Pitch wide right to Noble, and a lot of black shirts ahead of it. Good gain by Daryl Noble, and gains 8 or 9.
On the right side.
Inside the 10, almost to the 5. We're going to mark it near the 5.
Yeah, a 9-yard run on that for the young man. And the Noble one, you know, you saw him look. He could have maybe done something else on the outside, but he took it right to him. He went right up into the heart of the blocking as he did that sweep and made some good yards.
Options here with 2nd down and a short 1, and only 5 to go for a touchdown. Glenn in motion left, and handed off to Dan Carroll, who's hit in the backfield. Maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage.
There
was something on that set that must have, well, we're going into a timeout here.
Daniel Hand stops the clock with 2:21 left in the half. Their first timeout of the first half. 3rd down now for Hand. Walby and Glenn are split to the left. Anderson goes in the slot right. And they're going to pitch to Noble deep. Noble takes it up near the goal end. Daryl Noble tiptoes his way into the end zone.
Again, that was a light feet out there, able to make some quick moves, both laterally as well as forward. Stop-start. Man, the young man does it all.
That wasn't any big surprise, Frank, because the coaches talked to Dan Anderson before that play as well as to Ryan Milligan. And the key block on that was by Anderson over on that right corner to help Daryl Noble get by.
Give him enough time, and then the Hand had also spread out the defense a little bit by throwing the receivers down to the left side.
Jim Willis to try the conversion. Good snap, good placement, and Willis booms it through.
And they're going to have to
14-0 with 2:15 left in the half.
Have to pick that kick out of the Atlantic Ocean almost out there, Ken. I don't know if they pay Jimmy by the point now or what they do, but he's racking up some.
Jim Willis with the ball teed up at the 40 to kick it back to East Haven after Hand's 2nd score. We have 2:15 left before the half. And Willis hits a long one this time. It's going to be fielded inside the 5 at about the 3.
A little bit of
back to the right, and Ryan Connolly bulldogs his man down just across the 20.
Ryan smothered him right there. Nice job coming in behind the wedge that was starting to set up.
Ryan Connolly with a sure tackle at the 22.
What a nice boot by Jimmy, too.
That was on the fly inside the 5.
Gotta watch out. They're going to call us the Willis Fan Club, I think. So we're going to have to cut back on that a little bit.
East Haven has a man split wide each side of the field. And the quarterback is looking across to the right. And now he's being pursued. A lot of room to run over there, but the defense is coming up. He's going to be cut down after about a yard gain. Dan Anderson runs it down, and Eric Becker in on that tackle.
Good tandem on that. What was happening? The runner, which is the quarterback, was coming up to the line. Eric Becker made him move, gave enough time for Anderson to come in and get him on a lateral tackle.
East Haven was trying to run a play quickly without a huddle, and Hand didn't have all their men on the field, so Hand calls a timeout.
It's good. That's good thinking on the field general out there. Must have been Ricano's call, I would say. But good thinking out there. When you see that, you have the timeout, you're coming near the end of the period. Hey, don't get yourself in trouble on a quick snap like that.
hand on that last play. Frank, you want to explain what happened there?
Yeah, what was happening, East Haven was trying to get off a quick snap out there. Hand wasn't ready. Hand called the timeout, and we think it was Ricano. Very heady play. Good, smart play by Hand.
Hand would have had a penalty had they not got... And it's knocked down there. That's number 22 by Hand.
Oh, nice.
Bergami came in there to...
Mark Bergami with a beautiful...
That pass was right there for the receiver, but Bergami closed on it.
He almost had his chance to steal that thing, and that's what he was doing. East Haven coach is getting a little upset up here, but that wasn't the case. He was going for the ball, which he has a perfect right to do.
Well, we'll bring up 3rd and 7 for East Haven at the 25. Well, if they stop this one, Hand can get the ball back with a few seconds left.
Quick snap.
Quick snap, and it's passed across the middle. There's a flag in. They may call a pass interference on that call.
I think they're going to call it on my man.
There were a lot of black shirts there, but somebody maybe got in the way.
Yeah.
That gives the ball to East Haven with a first down, doesn't it?
It should be. And it's a big one. 15 yards interfering with a
first down at the 30-yard
receiver.
That will be a big play if East Haven should score after that, because Hand would get the ball back.
You don't have the chance to bump the way you do in the pros, and that's what kind of happened.
We have a minute 12 left. Ball at the 40. Quarterback looking to throw. He's looking.
Oh, Nate!
He is tackled. Somebody had a hold of him as he unloaded it. Nate Fisher had a hold of the quarterback, and he did unload it, so they called it an incomplete pass. He saved a long sack there.
There they go. They're coming up quickly.
Also stopped the clock. Yep. No huddle for East Haven.
They're going to go to the
quarterback going to the left again. Trying to stop the play. There's Dan Glenn and Eric Becker in on the tackle. Short gain.
Okay, Danny Glenn and Eric Becker are really doing a neat job out there.
Forced that play out of bounds. Just inside of a minute. Left. 3rd and long for East Haven.
Another East. Whoops.
And there's a flag comes in well after the play.
Yeah, not only that, but it's away from the play. I wonder what's going on.
Referee may have heard something
coming off the bench over there?
Said over at the bench. I don't know. Couldn't have been against Hand. That's going to be walked off against East Haven, and that had to have been somebody behind the referee on the far sideline said something he shouldn't 15. Have to the referee.
That's right. You know, when you're dealing with young men...
There were no Hand players anywhere near that referee.
No. You're dealing with young men, you got to show a little bit more control on yourself as an adult and that sort of thing. That hurts your team worse than any of what the players are doing in execution.
The clock says 23 yards to go. 3rd down play. Fisher is clipped. Fisher is clipped, but they're going to stop that one well short. That was an illegal block in the backfield of East Haven, and another flag late. I don't know what that second flag is.
Yeah, they're definitely calling the clip. Maybe a hold.
We saw the clip, but I don't know what the second one was. It was thrown clear up at the line of scrimmage.
Something must have happened away from the ball again. I don't know. There was only one East Haven player back where that referee would have been calling something that I can pick up. So if there's a double penalty, I mean, unless one goes after the other, which I doubt, very seldom will that happen, and would have an opportunity to pick up the most egregious one.
The call against East Haven was very obvious. The second one, I never did see a signal on what it was.
Boy.
I guess they both must have been against East Haven.
Be 3rd down and
took the big one.
3rd down and 40 yards.
47 seconds left. Hand has one timeout left. They're going to make it on this one. They'll probably call it.
They'll go for the whole marbles on this.
Quarterback looking back to throw.
Got to get some pressure on him, though. Oh, my goodness gracious.
There's a flag in the middle of it. There's a flag right at the line of scrimmage. That's probably against Hand.
You know what? Oh, that's too bad. I'm sorry to see it. I saw exactly what was happening down there in the base of the line play.
That was
a shame.
Probably,
no, it was
unnecessary roughness against Hand.
Yes, it was. Yeah. Oh, both ways. They're going to wipe out.
So they're going to.
Okay, they did pick up the. What we saw was the retaliation of the hand play.
Retaliation, but we didn't see the first one.
You know, this is Pete. This is freaking.
Clock now says 40 seconds left. Third down and 40.
Well,
You gotta be kidding me.
now these kind of falling apart on the discipline right there from East Haven, I'll tell you that. Now that's a good play call right there. Another holding right there.
And
it's not going
up
anywhere.
over the 20, well short of a first down.
Now Hand will have the ball back with an opportunity.
And we'll probably stop the clock here.
Sure, why not?
They're signaling that East Haven took that timeout.
Well, would they take a timeout for? Get out of here. That would be their last timeout.
If
But why?
the referee signaled the right direction.
Oh, no.
Now
Yeah,
he's got it right.
That makes sense.
Now he's got it right. He's signaling that Hand took the timeout. Hand has stopped the clock for 32 seconds. Fourth and very long. This is a good place to go after the punt.
Yes.
The following numbers,
Information for East Haven. There are 32 seconds left. Bob Duggan's on this side of the field. And it's a floater, and it's aimed at Duggan. Duggan picks it up, got his knee down.
Oh, he had his knee down.
Got about the 46.
Yeah, well, Bobby was going to try to make something of that, but you know, there was one heck of a lot of white shirts near him. So I'm kind of glad for his sake that they called it down there.
If they get about 15 yards, they could run out Jimmy Willis to take another shot at a long field goal. 25 seconds.
Yeah, I'd like to see the guys do it now. Chad Taylor down there. See what's going to happen, guys.
They're going to try to get 15 or 20 yards here to give Willis a chance, I'm sure.
Oh, Welby's open.
Milligan looking to throw, and there's a man wide open. Welby and out of bounds. Good play.
And he gets out of bounds to stop the clock.
Complete pass. Ryan Milligan to Greg Welby at the 32. 10 seconds left.
They're going to try to get one off, you think? One play off and then give Jimmy an opportunity?
Looks like they may try one play here. And this will probably be a shot at the end zone. If they don't get this one, then Jim Willis might have a chance for a field goal. Ryan Milligan rolling right, looking to throw
out of
long.
time.
And that's
Bobby
Duggan.
D! Bobby D!
Duggan is down.
Out of time!
He's out of time. 2 seconds on the clock. They're inside the 5. Hand is out of timeouts, and I don't believe they can stop this. They'll wind it up as soon as the and will run out the clock, and that's a shame that Hand has no chance to get off another play. The half ends with Daniel Hand leading 14-0 against East Haven, and they came very close to scoring on that long pass play. Steve Philippon would have preferred if Duggan had the Easties. I call Jim Willis has it teed up to kick off. 2 receivers back at the 5, and he hits a floater on the near sideline, out of bounds about the 10. That gives East Haven the option of taking it at the 35 or re-kick.
Second half kick is out of bounds.
And they look like they're going to bring it back and re-kick, and that may be a mistake because Jim Willis usually hits them long.
From the 35.
Jim Willis will re-kick. I hope the second half gets started a little bit better than the first half of this game. There we had to kick 3 times, and the third one was a squib kick, which was recovered by East Haven. Now Willis kicks out from the 35. Two return men for East Haven have moved up to the 10 to try to bring this ball back for East Haven. And Willis hits a high one. He's going to be fielded at about the 11 and run right up the middle, a wedge in the middle, and man is hit, goes forward, now he's nailed. That was 68 that made the initial hit, finished off by Dan Carroll. 68 is Andy Elting into the game. East Haven with the ball first in the second half. at about the 34.
That's a shot by Monroe at his 33-yard line with East Haven will take over.
East Haven with the ball, the first possession of the second half of this game, and so far Hand has kept them away from the goal line. This time a pitch to the right and interference ahead of it, but he's nailed there. The ball is fumbled. That's Bob Duggan who makes the initial hit, and he's going to lose a yard or two. How you doing, Frank? You had trouble getting through the big crowd here tonight.
Trouble getting through the band, and which is a great thing, really, when you think about it. But here we are, ready to go.
Second down and about 12 for East Haven at the 32. We got three men lined up and an eye behind the quarterback, and he's rolling to the far sideline. Becker is after him, and Eric Becker is him on the far sideline after about a 4-yard gain. Eric Becker ran him down from behind, protecting that corner.
Eric showed some real speed on that, which he has. He actually can be used sometimes as a flanker on receptions.
Actually, that side was wide open with Becker coming behind, and he stopped that play with only about a 3-yard gain. Third down and 7. It's an interesting backfield lineup here. They've got a stacked eye behind the quarterback. Three men behind the quarterback. Now the quarterback looking to throw. Now he's going to take off with it. And the first hit is made by...
short.
Yeah, the first hit there was made by Dan Anderson, who tripped him up. He fell forward for a little bit. Bring up fourth and a couple. Fourth and about 2 at the 42. I'm not sure I would trust East Haven necessarily to punt in this position, trailing by 2 touchdowns.
They've done so many different things that who knows?
They're not even coming out in a punt formation. 4th and 2.
No, they're not.
They may not run this play. They may just try to draw a hand offside. No, they're going to snap it. Run to the left side, and he got the first down. Sullivan is hanging on. Then carries it up to the 50.
Tim Sullivan did a nice job slowing him down. He was a little bit high on that tackle and had to slide his body down, which he did, until some of his friends came up and helped him out.
He's having a first down on a gutsy call in their own territory, a 4th and 2, and they made it. Down to the 49.
Very gutsy call, and
when you're trailing, you have nothing to lose.
That's right.
Hand is leading by 2 touchdowns. It's a cross-buck run back to the left. Hand's got some yardage, got 6 or 7.
Roughly the same play as we just saw on the first down, and taking it into Hand's right-hand side of defense.
That was Becker and Anderson in on the tackle, but about a 6-yard gain.
Special K coming out. Get a breather.
And if East Haven takes this ball down and scores, we got a ball game again.
Well, they sure you probably got a lot of knowledge incorporated into their brains during the halftime, but let's see if it sticks.
Same play again, and the man breaks through. He got a first down. Gained about 5 yards.
3 times in a row, Ken, on that particular play.
That was tackled by 59, Nate Fisher. But East Haven is moving the ball.
45 is a good-sized young man, 5'10", 205, junior. So he's had 3 carries and about 25 yards on those 3 carries.
And the strength of East Haven's team this year, we understand, is juniors. They'll be an even better team next year.
Quarterback's also a junior.
And they're going to do the same play to the left side, and they're not going to get as much this time, although the ball carrier drags the man forward for a little bit.
Ryan Conley came through and almost got him from behind, but wasn't quite able to hang on.
David Glenn was raiding him on the back. Gained him about 3.5, 4 yards, I guess.
4 times in a row.
Probably had that one stopped, Frank, but the man did
just not able to get wrapped on him.
This time they're going to the right.
Side.
And there's nothing there.
Nice.
Matt has got a man wrapped up, but underneath of that is
Matt the Giant Mesa.
Mac Dolan totally messed up that play. He submarined it.
Yep, he sure did. Mac Dolan came in and knifed underneath, and the Mesa came on top, and must have been like an earthquake. Unbelievable. Great job.
Lost about 3 yards on that run. 3rd and 9. The inside linebackers are 50 Nick Ricano and 30 Dan Anderson. The corners are being protected by Eric Becker and Dan Glenn.
Oh, keeper. Look at that.
Look at it. Look at it.
Wide open.
Now he's throwing to the left side. It's complete. Turn around, and now, man, still going.
First down.
Still going. Got a first down. That's a good run after the catch. Good run and not very good tackling.
No, unfortunately. Usually you see Eric Becker do it, but I think he was overexcited when he came at him. Thought he had him keyed up pretty well. And the runner, the receiver, was a guy named Jim Suplo. 5'10", 155. He did a nice job shedding the tackle by Eric the Man Becker. Usually very, very sure on those.
East Haven is taking the ball right down the field there to the 25. High formation. Tight formation. Nobody split wide. Quarterback pitching to the left. And now the man's going to throw. Nobody there. It's almost intercepted.
The closest man to the ball was Bobby D.
That was halfback option thrown back to the quarterback.
I got to say right now, during the halftime, I was down there and there was a little confab going on by some of the fathers down there. And one was, it was generally agreed that Bill Duggan shouldn't say anything to Bobby, or Bobby shouldn't listen to Bill. So we're going to get that on the tape right now. Came out, Jim Willis's dad was down there, and Dan Carroll. I think that was sort of an executive session of the board of directors. So Bobby D, don't listen to your dad. At least in football.
Play to the left, and it's hemmed in over there. Not much gain. Dan Glenn makes the ball carrier.
I'll modify that when Bobby says, hey, Dad, send money.
Nick Ricano also in on that tackle. Well defense. They gained a yard.
Dad will say what?
3rd down and 9 for East Haven.
Yes, nice play right then.
Well, at about the 23.
Trying to slow him down a little bit. You're obviously not doing a heck of a lot in the air right now.
East Haven's had the ball half of this 3rd quarter. Still got it. They haven't scored yet, but they're down within approaching distance. Quarterback looking to throw left.
Looking.
And he unloads it. There's a flag down. Didn't see what the flag was.
Now Johnson back there where there's usually some sort of an interference call going on. Let's see where it's going.
Was that Conway that had the quarterback wrapped up?
Yes.
I was afraid he might have gotten a face mask.
Yeah, but I think that was maybe the top of the pad. At least I'm hoping. Face mask they call it, yeah.
That was a face mask call on the tackle of the quarterback, and that was an inadvertent one.
Yeah, it really was, but they don't give you only 5 yards at this level. Give him a 10-yard penalty on a 15-yard penalty, so that takes him right down in scoring distance. But that really was a case that the quarterback ducked under the arm, and the arm just came across the face mask.
First down for East Haven at the 12. Here's a man split clear to the sideline on each side. In motion. And it's run up the middle, and a pretty good run inside the 10 to about the 8 or 9. Mac Dolan, Dan Carroll in on the tackle.
He came in and closed it off fairly well, although it's still about a 4-yard gain on that.
Take it down to the 8.
This is where you really got to stay home on your defensive positions out there.
East Haven has now had this ball for over half of this quarter. Hand has not had it this quarter.
Yeah, that's right. Hand has not had it at all during this quarter.
Yeah, full house backfield for East Haven this time.
Looks like going to be an option.
Run to the left.
Nice job.
Little hole, not much.
Yeah, it was Eric the Man Becker.
And the ball came loose, but I believe they called that dead.
Yeah, I believe it was down. But Eric Becker did the job almost solo on that particular tackle, but he certainly turned the runner into a little more trouble.
Ball is at about the 7. 3rd down play. 3rd and 4 for East Haven. They can make a first down at the 2.
That's certainly four down territory down here because you do have close proximity, unless they have a kicker.
Well, they probably wouldn't try the field goal here because they're trailing by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's true.
Stacked eye, run right up the middle, and the man is into about the 2 or 3. Oh, whistle stopped the play, however, before he goes forward to the goal.
That's the Yellow Jackets very close to a first down.
That's a first down for East Haven, I believe.
Is it? No, just shy.
No, they're going to make it shy of the first down mark. 4th down play, 4th and 1.
Yeah, it's a very short one also. Are they going to put a measure on it?
They're going to measure it first. I was looking at the sticks over there, but they didn't have the sticks set yet.
Got it.
Down. All right. First down. First and goal for East Haven at about the 2.
That was a first down.
Yeah, we've seen 7 minutes worth of control on the ball. 7.5 minutes here, Ken. Very significant.
One of the big ones was that 4th and 2 in their own territory. They went for it and made it.
And then a couple of penalties.
And a couple of penalties have kept it going. First down, and East Haven with a stacked eye behind the quarterback.
A lot
of blocking
right up the center.
Running.
Nice.
And that play is stopped.
Who had that first?
Van Glenn is right on the ball carrier.
Ryan Conley again was the one who really stacked him up first.
They lost a yard.
Yeah, he sliced through very, very nicely. Got in there behind the line of scrimmage, put the first stop on him. Then he had some help.
They lost a yard, maybe a yard and a half, back to between the 3 and the 4. 3.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter, and East Haven's had it this whole quarter.
That's the play that worked.
To the left, and that one's not going to score.
That's the one that they ran 5 times in a row for significant
That one's going to lose a yard. Good defensive stand so far here.
Eric Becker showing a lot of happiness as he got up off the pile that time, seeing that the ball kind of studded at about the same location.
No, they've lost yardage back to the 5. I thought it was a 4th down play. I guess 3rd down play.
3rd down, yep.
We may see a pass or something on this one, Frank.
I would say.
They're not having much success on the run.
Trying to...
One setback behind the quarterback.
Run to the right.
Strong to the right. Quarterback rolling
some pressure on him. Some pressure. Mason's got some little block from behind. They didn't take it.
A lot of defensive players there.
I'm going to throw it away. My word.
Touchdown for East Haven. I can't believe that there wasn't somebody downfield, a lineman downfield there, but they score on that play. Pass play from the quarterback who was hemmed in, threw it in the end zone where East Haven had a receiver.
Well, there were a whole lot of things going on that you would have thought would have stopped that play cold back here, but he's a gutsy little quarterback, and he was able to keep everything alive. And again, as he started to move towards the line, I think a little contain on the...
That's an interesting extra point try here, Frank. You got all the linemen off center, and we may have a delay of game here by the time the kicker gets his shoe on.
Now they're giving an equipment thing.
You got a center quarterback. Now they all move over. Not sure what that accomplishes. But kick up, and that's good. Kick was good, just inside the right upright.
Well, they sure took a lot of time off the clock that time, and it worked for them.
So we have only 2:33 left in the 3rd quarter, and Hand hasn't touched it yet this half.
It certainly tightens up the game. You get one long play can make this a different ball game, and also goes the other way. Hand can maybe break it loose a little bit. I hope they don't feel like they've lost any momentum at this time because they haven't had an opportunity to do anything. I do think they did a pretty darn good job in staving off almost the inevitable at that particular point. Now, the way we've seen things work for East Haven, we may end up seeing something like even an offside kick this early in the game. Some sort of razzle-dazzle.
East Haven ready to kick off back to Hand, and we could look for anything here. They might even side kick it. No, it's kicked. It's going to hit and bounce. And covered there by Bob Duggan at about the 27. East Haven kept that ball for about 9.5 minutes in the third quarter and ended up scoring. So the game is anybody's game at this point. 7-point differential.
Well, let's see how the young men are going to do out there, because they haven't had the offense on the field for a while, since actually the last part of the first half.
Ryan Milligan, quarterback. Gets wide to Noble, and Noble got the right side. He's got a big hole.
Got some room. Nice.
Hurdles one man, heading for the outside, dragged down near midfield.
A little bit of long hurdles activity down there from his track experience. Give it to the Noble one for, what's that, about a 25-yarder?
22, I believe.
22? Actually had Darryl for 71 yards during, unofficially of course, during the first half of play, so they'll give him 22, almost breaking 100 then.
Daryl Noble carries the ball for a good gain. Handed off to Dan Carroll, who's hit right on the line of scrimmage. Nothing there.
Dan Carroll got pretty well stacked up that time, going nowhere, but almost as if they totally expected that particular play also. But
Greg Walby brings in a play. Now they're Duggan and Tishwala this play. Minute and a half left in the third quarter. Milligan hands off to Daryl Noble. Noble gets about 2 or 3.
well, nothing particularly special about that one either. They'll get third down, and this is where you're going to need to try to think where you're going to pass or run with this thing.
I gave him almost 4 yards on that play where there really was no hole. Out for this play is James Kingsley, who's been playing tight end a great deal. And has got third and about 6. Keep the drive going. Milligan still got it. And there's a flag for an illegal block. And it's dropped on this side. That play would have come back anyway. They called it an illegal block.
Yeah, that was again one of those cases where
that was a shame, because the man had a legal block, and then the defensive man turned his back on it.
Exactly. And it's going to end up with about, let's see how they call that. It'll be at least 10, if not 15.
That's going to be refused.
Refused. Oh, okay.
They'll bring a fourth down.
That was probably a smart call.
Back up, Elliott! Fourth down for the Tigers.
Smart.
The East Haven coaches are trying to get themselves heard clear across the field here from the top of the press box. Mike Hominick in punt formation. He's at about the 40. Good snap. And another high kick.
He didn't put as much into it. He didn't want it to go.
At about the 12. And on the far sideline, there's an illegal block on the return against Jeff Monroe.
Well, the same situation we just talked about on the hand side, where, you know, your blocker, I mean, your attack man is turning his back, and the block gets thrown, and it's called back on a penalty.
There'll be a block from behind by East Haven, putting them deep in the hole.
One of the things that the parent confab was coming up with down there too is how much easier it is to call what you should do from outside the white lines as opposed to inside and having to do the execution.
A different angle from down there, isn't it?
Well, you know, you're not breathing quite as hard either. The grass isn't as slippery when you're standing still on the sidelines drinking coffee.
That puts the ball clear back to the 10. First and 10 for East Haven, and they're running to the left.
And run it down.
And it gains 2 or 3. Dan Anderson over there.
About 2 yards.
They're having quite a way of being able to get themselves a little bit out of trouble on that sort of thing.
They gave him close to 3 yards gain on that carry. We got Nate Fisher, Matt Mesa in the middle of the line. That runs out the third quarter with Hand leading 14-7. And East Haven had the ball most of that third quarter.
They did all but 2.5 minutes of it, actually.
On Monday, October 16th.
The Boosters Club, to show you, these fall sports schedules are available at a number of the sponsors who have helped out support the fall sports programs. You can pick these up free of charge at like Circle Pizza, Now Playing Video, the Clam Castle, Madison, Plymouth, Lynch and Malone's, Husky Supplies, Greens and Madison Friends, Health Company, Shoreline Pizza, and the like.
Long run going here by East Haven. And Bob Duggan finally makes a tackle at midfield.
Inside the hand territory, the tackle.
As we begin the third quarter, East Haven with a long run and a touchdown-saving tackle by Bob Duggan.
Bobby Duggan, he's been able to do that a couple times now. So anyway, just to finish that off, pick up your free fall schedule. A lot of those places that are displaying them. Come out and support the sports programs this fall. Great things are happening with the Madison youth.
East Haven, the ball about the 48. If they score here, this game could be tied. And there's a flag comes in, and the man stops short of a gain.
I think we're going to, we see a flag. It's probably going to be another
holding ball against East Haven on that run.
Interesting how they pulled that play so many times now. Running 45 was 200 pounds around their left and Hand's defensive right. There's some pretty big hombres down there that they, Hand is just used to themselves going the opposite direction most of the time. Most teams have a bread and butter plays, and that happens to be one that's working for East Haven. But Hand did stop it, slow it down, and keep it for no gain, even without the penalty.
That 10-yard penalty will repeat first down, 1st and 20 now. And the Hand band and the Brown School band are combined right in front of us. A lot of sound tonight. Quarterback rolling right. Now he cuts it back in. He's still going and gets almost 10 of that back.
Now that was Nate Fisher really came from the far back to really start the tackle process on that.
So he got the penalty back. Now it's 2nd and 10.
Really, this is right where it would have been if the penalty had been refused and taken it down. The quarterback is a very good thinker out there, though. Boy, he's kept them in the game well.
Nate Fisher, Ryan Connolly, Matt Mesa, down 3 linemen for him. Quarterback rolling to the right, still got it. Being pursued by Fisher now. It's a complete pass down near the 22.
Absolutely outstanding catch on that.
And a great throw by the quarterback who was just about to be tackled.
He was really had a lot of time to throw that thing. Part of the reason I saw a crackback block down there, which is really illegal if it's seen. But nonetheless, it worked for them to keep the quarterback free. And an outstanding catch by number 10 Sutlow out there.
That was a very good throw from on the dead run. First down for East Haven, and they're down to about the 22.
And
9.5 minutes left in this game.
Hand has got to come up big.
Run to the right side and falls forward for a yard or two. Tackled by Dan Anderson. Anderson was the first man to hit the ball carrier. Gained a yard.
This is a place where, as you're coming, at this particular point, the defense, second man in, has got to be trying to tackle that ball. Try to cause some disruption down there in the offense.
Thinking ahead here, Frankie, if they should score, do you think they would try 1 point or a 2-point conversion?
I have a feeling they'd go for 2. They seem to be able to get
behind the quarterback. Usually they pass out of this kind of formation. They got 2 receivers either side of the field. Quarterback rolling to the right, and he's got room to run. And cuts it back, gains a few yards, gains 5 or 6. Down near the 15.
They end up opening up that side pretty well, and there's no black jerseys within 10 yards of the point where the quarterback can then pull it down from the pass and run with it.
We've seen some excellent quarterback play of teams that Hand has played this year. Almost every team they've played has had a good quarterback.
Yeah, even last week in Derby, that was a second-string quarterback, and he did very well for himself.
Third down and about 2 for East Haven.
Going for the well, no. I was going to say going for the marbles, but I don't think so. They'll try to get the
quarterback
first down.
rolling to the right and unloads it. Complete pass, excellent pass. First down, clear down about the 2. And the quarterback threw that ball just as he was falling.
He was literally in the grasp of Mac Dolan. So they've got first and 4 times. They'll go for the marbles. I think what we were saying earlier, is trying to speculate, is if they do put it in the end zone, would they go for 2? Well, they seem to be able to get almost at will 2 yards on the ground. So let's see what happens here.
They've got about 2.5 yards to go for a touchdown.
They're going to bring 40. I say they bring 45 to the left. Let's see how.
Strong to the right this time on blocking.
Yes, they are. 45's not in a position to carry the ball.
They're going to take it to the right, and man carries it to the right. He's still going near the goal line. He got it. East Haven scores, and they're 1 point behind with a conversion try coming. And Frank, again, you think they'll go for 1 or 2?
Well, I'm going to say they're going to go for 2 because what you saw right there was almost the same position. And they had a lot of leg drive and push by the whole line that time. Hand was up a little bit too high once they started to slow down the play. And the leg drive and push by the other linemen just forced everything through. Now they're trying a little razzle-dazzle thing again, it looks.
Well, they got all their linemen to the left. The kicker is still putting on his shoe. Now they move back.
That's a fake by the kicker to try to make it look like he needs equipment.
And they're going to go for 1, and he kicks it, and it's good. He cleared the bar by about a foot.
Another coat of paint on that bar, and it wouldn't have made it, I don't think.
A low kick, it just barely got over the goal, but that ties the game with 7:35 left. 14-14.
Whether it bounces over or it makes it clean, to make any difference, it's still a point.
Hand has a little over 7.5 minutes left in the game, and we're tied 14-14. Hand dominated the first half, but so far East Haven has controlled the ball in the second half. The kick to the far sideline, out of bounds on the far side.
Probably end up with a do-over.
Kicked out of bounds at about the 15. This may be the way we started the game. About 3 kicks to get it in play.
I hope it's not exactly the way we started the first game. With a turnover before the clock actually took a tick.
East Haven goes back 5 yards and will re-kick. Greg Walby and Bob Duggan are the 2 return men for Hand up near the 25. The ball is teed up on the far side, and that's the side where Duggan is. This is kicked again over to the far sideline and out of bounds.
Instant replay without an instant replay. Okay, now this is the one with the Hand lineman up front, but watch out.
This is where Hand had a problem starting the game. The third kick bounced off a front lineman there.
What's our number 86? 86 is Danny Glenn. Yep. Okay, what are we going to see now?
Well, when they did this at the beginning of the game, this third kick was a low screamer.
The Mesa and Special K are over there on that far side, front line.
Now Walby and Duggan are up at about the 30. This time they hit low and hard again, and it's going to go out of bounds again.
Okay.
So we're marching back 5 yards per kick.
One more time, just once. Let's see, keep marching back. We'll take the 5 yards any way you can get it here. Wonder if the man hits a golf shot the same way. That Eddie Drew down there, he's looking, he's on this side here. He's got to contain anybody trying to do a wide sweep out here.
Well, the ball now will be kicked from the 25, and Frank, you say that's a little bit like your slice and go?
No, I'm wondering if that young man has a slice like that. I hook, I don't slice.
I think I've hit 3 or 4 like that in a row to the right. Yeah, different kicker this time. Now it's up the middle, and it's fielded by Duggan. Off the 38, and a good return. He's across midfield, clear down to the 42. Kane in good field position with 7.5 minutes left in the game.
Well, we saw it right there. The kicker again. He wanted to keep it in play.
We got a flag down?
Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh.
That's a flag at the end of that run by East Haven. That was unnecessary roughness at the end of the return.
Well, that's really a significant 15 yards right there. That's again lack of discipline, and we can see that with the coaching staff that they have. Apparently, they just have no discipline themselves.
Well, at about the 26 where Hand will start to drive.
See if they're pumped. Let's go, Hand. 7 minutes.
The man jumps offside. This play is dead. An East Haven man came clear across the line of scrimmage. We'll see if he was drawn off.
Was he drawn?
No, they're going to call that against East Haven. So East Haven's making mistakes on this.
There's 20 yards worth of mistakes right there.
First and 5 at about the 20. Coming up to 7 minutes left in the game. Tie game. Run by Noble up the middle. Breaks through and goes to the end zone. Daryl Noble. Daryl Noble behind center and right guard and then cut it outside. Took it for 15 yards.
Oh, he saw that nicely take place. He came up close to the blocking, saw it happening, and scraped off him and took the long run to the corner where he knew he could outrun anybody. Nice job.
And now Billy Joe McAllister's jumped off the Tallahatchie Bridge.
Yeah, well, I guess it was 25 yards.
No, it was 20. Yeah, but we had a 5-yard penalty count, so it really started at
And
20.
regains the lead, 20-14 with a conversion try by Jim Willis coming out.
That pushes him past 100 yards on the game, too.
Look down and Willis booms it up, and Willis hits it clear out near the fence. Good.
Jimmy W.
That whole series was made by East Haven's mistakes on the kickoff, basically.
Absolutely. I call that the Chernobyl defense. Atomic blast in your own backyard.
And they have a man down on that conversion.
Dr. Martin will go out there. Get a little picture of this. The doctor going out there right now is kind of an interesting story to all of us. Kent and I were talking to Dr. Martin before the game started. Martin Sclair can't make it, who everybody knows is the longtime team doctor out here, and Angel Brown is not around. Our trainer, she's had unfortunate death in the family and had to head home. But this is Dr. Martin. Dr. Martin, years ago, back in the Steve Curtin days, played for Notre Dame of West Haven. He actually was a tight end and defensive end at that time. Went on to play football at Yale, and of course now is a doctor with the Yale Sports Medicine Clinic down there. And Dr. Lynch and Dr. Mark Galloway and Jokel and all those fellas, and he's out there right now tending. We were talking earlier. We hope you had a very dull night. And that sort of thing. But he's a very fine young man. And we're sure that, okay, we got the EMTs coming out to take a look also and give a hand. So
at this point, we'll take a break for this injury timeout until East Haven can get their injured player off the field. The East Haven player that was hurt on the conversion is number 18. His name is Fitzpatrick. He did walk off. And is set to kick off back to East Haven. Long floater by Willis, fielded at about the 11. Run right up the middle. Submarine there, and That's Dan Carroll in on the tackle. Dan Carroll stopped that running and went the other way.
But that was really set up down there by the wedge cracker. And the wedge cracker was Andy Alting, I believe, or else it was Matt Mason. I didn't quite tell, but it was Andy Alting. The wedge cracker's job is to go down there and take the legs out from underneath the middle of the wedge, or the V point, if you will, and stack it up, and that's what he did.
He ran into about 3 people on that.
That's tough on the ribs, too, when you do that.
Ball snap. 25. And East Haven recovered. Almost recovered by the quarterback.
Nate Fisher almost had that little puppy down there.
Lost a yard, and then back to the 24. We're coming up to 6 minutes left.
We want to see a real stiff defense right now by hand, because last two times that East Haven had the ball, they had some pretty good control on the scrimmage line. Got a lot of distance.
And this kid's a good passer, and we'll see quite a few passes here, I would think. Quarterback rolling to the right.
They got
an option
pitch. Nice.
Play, and it's hemmed in. That looked like Sullivan that came clear up.
Was that number 9? Yeah, it was. You're right. You're 100% right.
Number 9 strung that one out and pushed it clear out of bounds.
Timmy Sullivan did a great job. It is his job coming in from that safety position back there to pick up the pitch, and he did a great job with it.
Lost about 2. Brings up 3rd and about 14.
No, Tim Sullivan's a junior himself, and there's a lot of juniors and sophomores.
This is the play that Hand needs to stop. This 3rd and long play. Stop this one, they should get the ball back.
Should be in the air, I would imagine.
Motion to the right, and it'll probably be a pass play across the middle.
Ball's down. Hands down.
Incomplete. They rule it incomplete. Who made that tackle, Frank? He was right there.
I think it was Dan Anderson.
Anderson?
Yeah.
Looked like an Anderson tackle.
Did he jar that baby loose?
It looked almost like a complete pass, too, and jarred the ball loose. They call it incomplete. That'll bring up 4th and long.
I tell you, I think he did come down with it, but they're giving him the benefit of the doubt.
And has no receivers back. The ball is short hop back to the punter. It's just going to hit and roll. Good punt.
No, it's getting
good punt. Good roll.
Big East Haven roll.
That one's going to go clear down to 40. Down to 30, excuse me.
Yeah, that was a very handsome punt. They hadn't done that particularly well either earlier in the game, so Ann was just going to say, okay, we're not going to put any chance back there of mishandling the ball or anything on a return, and we're also going to play for an East Haven fake or fumble rooski or something out here.
Exactly 5.5 minutes left in this game, and Hand would love nothing more than to keep the ball for the rest of the game.
And do just what the band is playing, having a runaway.
Pitch wide to Noble, and Noble's got a seam. And finally, he is hit hard after a gain of about 4.
It was an outstanding tackle, but actually Daryl Noble moved himself into it. He was looking to make it a little bit further downfield, and the tackler came around from behind a Hand player and made it look more outstanding than it actually was.
That was a pretty good sized hole initially, but it closed. Gain about 3.5, 4 yards. That's handed off to Dan Carroll. Carroll breaks through. Still going. Dan Carroll down the sideline. One man trying to catch him. Carroll has the end zone, and he's going to stripped it out of bounds. They're on him on about the 2. Actually, the man stripped it out of his arms, out of bounds, but the Hand should have possession.
Well, you saw the East Haven man. That's going to show up very well, I think, on the tape. East Haven player was just going for the ball all he could, not even trying to tackle. Hammering, hitting, kicking, and finally did get it wedged out of Dan Carroll. Almost made it all the way. I don't know how many yards on that. That had to be 60 yards? Yeah, about 60 yards.
More importantly, it's a first down and goal inside the 5 at about the 3.
That momentum.
Noble wedges up the middle, and he's near the goal. Takes it to about the 1. They're not going to give him a score.
Hand wanted to put their hands up, but ball didn't cross that, even though with a little second effort by the Noble one.
The 1 yard line. line. It'll be second and long.
They're going to spot it about a foot outside the goal, it looks like.
This is a place where you might see a sneak, but they may stack that up pretty high. Let's see what we've got. Anderson's in there,
We
Noble.
got Dan Anderson in there at fullback. Big blocker.
We go off right tackle.
And
Yep.
hand it off to Noble again.
Ooh, ball foul.
Fumbles.
East Haven says they have it.
East Haven says they've got it.
Nope.
No, Henry retains possession. A missed handoff there. That
Looks like Milligan was able to fall on the ball on the missed handoff. And the touchdown was there, actually. Oh, no.
and has still got the ball, according to the signal of the referee. Flag. That should be against East Haven for complaining.
Oh, absolutely.
Half a distance to go, but that doesn't mean a whole lot.
No, it
because
doesn't.
you get about a yard.
But you know what that does do? That frays the temper of the referee staff a little bit. They're not going. If they've got a lot of, let's say, trash talk from the other team, they really watch that.
I guess you must have had your reasons. Maybe you were right and leaving. I know you never found yourself.
Fits to Noble on the right side. Noble's got it. Noble in the end zone. Daryl Noble extends the lead to 2 touchdowns. Here comes a flag in after the play is well over.
Let me tell you, the East Haven team shows absolutely no discipline right now. They're falling apart.
That penalty will probably be assessed on the kickoff, won't it, Frank?
I would have a tendency to think so.
Unnecessary roughness well after the score.
And it really was. You saw it. Darryl was inside the end zone significantly and was starting to let himself down. And he was hit by a couple of East Haven players.
Jim Willis in to try the conversion. Good snap, good placement, and Jim Willis thumbs it up there. Good. And leads 28-14 with 3:10 on the clock.
Well, that certainly was a neat state of affairs there. We really had 2 runs. Daryl Noble kind of opened it a little bit, coming from the 30 to about the 35, and then Danny Carroll ran it. Okay, we want to get a little picture out there of the coaching staff, I think. Coach came all the way out on the field for East Haven, talking to the referees, and he still is. This is certainly no way to train young men about what sportsmanship's about here.
Jim Willis set to kick off, and I don't know about that call.
Hey, I'm in the dark.
Right side fielded at about the 8. And it's a reverse to the right side and cut down over there. Good defense. That's number 30.
And Anderson.
Dan Anderson is all over the field tonight.
He's loving this special teams thing. We're going to Handy Andy out there, baby. Handy Andy loves these special teams. That's the crazies go out on special teams. Dallas has a man they call Bates, and he's been around for about 15 years doing the crazies.
East Haven with the ball back at about the 22. We have 3:04 left.
They're going to have to get up in the air with this. They got 2 scores to come back with in 3 minutes.
They'll pass about every
Yes,
play.
it's stolen time. We got a quarterback there. Quarterback.
And Dan Glenn standing right with the man. Out of bounds.
A little short of a first down, though.
That was an excellent play by Dan Glenn because he had a receiver out there. He did not leave that receiver to go for the quarterback. He let the quarterback run around.
He
didn't leave the receiver open.
Exactly. Once the quarterback had come across the line of scrimmage, Dan knew that he couldn't, but he just was stringing him out, gave away 5-6 yards, and that's okay.
Gained about 6. Quarterback's
looking.
He's being hit.
Bang!
And Dan Anderson nails the receiver right as he catches the ball.
Handy
Short of a
Andy.
first down. That gained about a yard.
Andy must have looked at those film strips that...
A hurry-up offense by East Haven. No huddle. Quarterback looking to the sideline.
Looking for somebody to
throw.
come in
Now
tight.
he's
He's got him.
pressured across the line. Hit again by Anderson.
Andy. Clip number 10 again.
Dan Anderson had that one timed perfectly. The ball got to the receiver, and Anderson got there a split second later. 4th and 2. East Haven will probably go for it from their own 30.
There's a few frames out of this particular video. Andy ought to put in his own
4th down play, 4th and 2 for East Haven.
his own scouting film.
They've overloaded the right side.
Ooh.
The man passes. Good catch. First down.
Nice job.
Down about the 45. An excellent catch. Thrown a little high. The receiver went up and got it.
The receiver's kind of lucky that Anderson was in a little bit on the zone side of that
Hurry up
pass
offense.
coverage.
Down to 2:15 and running. And quarterback looking to throw on the far sideline. Complete pass.
Oh.
Now he cuts it back inbound. That should give him a first down.
Yeah, that was a place where that quick offense really took advantage of him kind of not getting back in position very quickly. And another first down.
Balls at the 45, and East Haven, no huddle offense. Got a good quarterback here. Knows how to run this offense.
Yeah, there they go.
Loft it up long, and a lot of defense there. 2 men per hand. Duggan and Walby.
Either one of them are good hands out there on the coverage, so that's kind of dangerous. But nonetheless, you can see they're trying to get down there on the sideline so that if they receive it, they'll be able to go outside and actually freeze the clock if they're not open. Well, I see if they're not open.
45, and we got 2:02 left.
That's a place where Bobby Duggan had to use his peripheral awareness out there and make sure he had an eye on the ball and on the eye on the receiver. Okay, now we've got
looking to run. Going to cut back. Got a lot of place to go there. Good blocking ahead of it, and finally he's brought down. Down about the 30, and there's a late flag comes in. That may be against hand after the quarterback had stopped. And another flag.
Oh, my word.
And another flag.
Unless if the first, I don't understand them kicking and screaming after the first penalty unless it was going against East Haven.
I thought that flag was probably against hand.
I did
first
too,
one. I think the second 2 were against East Haven for what they said.
Yeah, one is against the coach over on the sideline there who, they have the ability to censure a coach if he gets out of line like that. They report him to the CIAC if they want to.
They got an infraction both ways.
Personal foul against the Yellow Jackets and personal conduct against the Yellow Jackets.
1 penalty against hand, 2 against East Haven. It was a late hit against hand.
Yep. And justifiably, but because of that, the East Haven players should not have lost their composure. They were going to get themselves down around the 20-yard line on the way in with a first down.
And we have a timeout by hand to stop the clock at 1:47.
There we have one.
We're about ready to get play resumed here after a timeout. 2 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties against East Haven, and it's a new quarterback in there, number 1 for East Haven. The only thing I can surmise from that, Frank, is that they may have ejected the quarterback for East Haven on that last play.
You think so? It could very well be.
I saw a kid go to the sideline and throw his helmet on the ground, and that might have been the quarterback. That's a big loss for them because he's an excellent quarterback.
Not only that, but he'll be out the next game, too. But the young man has to learn not to do that.
The kid playing quarterback is a clean shirt in there. He completes the pass, short gain. Bob Duggan covers the man.
The new number 1 there is...
But the quarterback at the end of the game now obviously does not have the experience of the kid that was in there before.
Yeah, he's a sophomore. His name is Lavery. He's 6'1", 170 pounds. But he's coming in under some duress here.
A minute 20 left, and quarterback ready to throw.
The man open.
And hand got defensively all over the place down there. Wall Colby and Duggan are right with the receiver. No chance to complete it.
The receiver had done a nice job, though. He'd gone all the way down past the first down marker. And he was effectively open for a while, but there was all kinds of time.
That's going to bring up 4th and very long for East Haven. 4th and 20-some, 21, 22 yards. They will go for it here with only a minute 13 left in the game. Quarterback back to throw, and now he's going to throw long. There's a man there, a lot of defense, broken up. Eric Becker, number 22 back there for a hand is Mark Bergami.
Matt Mesa was coming in and was actually beaten the offensive player.
We have another flag on the...
Well, what it is it was a holding on East Haven because, again, Matt Mesa had come around and had beaten his offensive blocker, and the offensive ball, they just grabbed him and took him right down on the turf.
Well, we'll turn the ball back to hand. They will decline that penalty, take the ball with just over a minute left, and all they need to do is kill it with the 2-touchdown lead.
Timeout taken by East Haven out there.
Okay. Break. I'll get everybody in the game here.
You know, you need to have coaches that show more maturity than the players. Really, you should do that.
They moved Kishwa tonight from right tackle over to left tackle. Okay. As we run out this last minute, Ryan Milligan, in at quarterback, and he will just kill the clock. He's going to run it around the right side, and he's got a little hole. There's a penalty flag down. Milligan breaks the tackle down the sideline, out of bounds. We have a flag down, and there's another flag down late. We have 2 flags on the field for 2 different infractions again.
It's going to be a hold, I think, on hand, and it's got to be an unsportsmanlike or something again on East Haven. From the way that play, the play had been long blown down, and the flag came in from way back here.
East Haven is going to take a timeout before the next play. That was an excellent run by Ryan Milligan.
Yeah.
That kind of got lost in all the activity there.
Holding?
Holding against East Haven.
Defensive holding. Well, they only taken one.
And personal foul against hand, and now they'll march it back.